Hi, Sudis. How are you doing? Welcome to Nine. Thank you so much for the support. I am trying as much as I can to comport myself. I have done this video like 3 times, and I am not comporting myself well enough. So Vivek Ramaswamy did not even make it to do it, right? President Trump and Elon Musk kicked him out already. He didn't even get to the fourth one. Sometimes I've been saying this when people think that they can hide where they are from, even if even if you're American Indian. First of all, I don't see the American. First of all, the first thing I see you as is as an Indian man. He thinks, they've been gaslighting black people and get away with it. But then they tried white women. He tried white women, and like things aren't going great. I love it for him. When some people think that proximity to whiteness makes them white because they've been using them as pawn against themselves. So he came out, when was that? Last week or last 2 weeks, to talk about how Americans are not smart enough to handle tech job, right? That actually did not sit well with white women, MAGAs women. It did not sit well with them. And I saw videos, but I did not care because what's my business with Vivek Ramaswamy? I only brought the part where he talked about how he was gaslighting black people, saying that I don't want to tell my children or tell people that because of your skin color or something that you cannot achieve anything. He was trying to gaslight black people. Vivek, forgetting that he is Indian. That first of all, I see his forehead. I see his head. Let's get into this.
So Vivek Ramaswamy didn't even last one Scaramucci in the Trump administration. Breaking: Vivek Ramaswamy will not serve in the new Department of Government Efficiency. The White House says Trump had selected him to lead alongside Musk. Here's what the reporting says. According to the reporting, that he was annoying and that he wore out his welcome at DOGE before DOGE even really got started, because Trump hadn't even taken office yet. He didn't even make it the first day. Now people are finding out that Vivek is annoying, according to the reporting. More on the Don Lemon Show on YouTube tomorrow. Tune in.
Vivek Ramaswamy might be stepping away from DOGE in an announcement that I think that a lot of people were kind of really confused about right now. This information is coming from CBS News that states here that he, remember, was going to be alongside Elon Musk with the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, is expected to step away soon because he wants to announce a campaign to run for the governor of Ohio. CBS doesn't actually list their source here, but they say here people close to Musk have privately undercut Vivek for weeks, frustrated with his lack of participation in the heavy lifting. And according to sources familiar with the internal dynamics, there has been friction between them. One person close to Trump, once again unnamed here, says that Vivek has worn out his welcome. Vivek actually sat down with the sitting governor of Ohio to talk about the now Senate seat that's left open now that J.D. Vance is the vice president. Well, on Friday, the governor of Ohio announced someone else would be taking that seat. That would be the lieutenant governor. My question for you is, do you trust Elon just running DOGE by himself? Do you think Elon would actually keep that position? Let me know in the comment section below, and be sure to follow me for more.
This is for Vivek Ramaswamy. If you are not Vivek Ramaswamy, please scroll. Token spent. Buddy thought he was going to have an office in the White House. Ann Coulter told you that she would never vote for you. You talk like us, but you do not look like us, okay? This is crazy. And bro, they fired you before they even started. you didn't receive your first paycheck. Nigga was still in training period, dog. That's crazy. We're cooked, but that was the funniest shit that I learned tonight. that man really got fired before it even started. like I don't think I seen him in the crowd, bro. So they had to let him know. They had to have called him before he even, hey, bro, your ticket not gonna work.
We have some big news right now. Vivek Ramaswamy is out at the Department of Government Efficiency. He will not be serving in Donald Trump's DOGE. This comes after, according to CBS News and others, there has been increased tensions internally between Ramaswamy and other staffers. Before I continue, if you don't yet follow me on my Instagram or subscribe to my Substack or YouTube, all are linked in my bio in case TikTok is banned again. Now, the Department of Government Efficiency is the agency, this advisory committee that is going to be headed now just by Elon Musk, who now has an office space in the the Eisenhower Executive Office Building. Ramaswamy was expected to co-head the Department of Government Efficiency with Musk, but he is out. And according to reports, Ramaswamy will likely now run for the governorship of Ohio this year. Now, this also comes after Ramaswamy was really beat up on by MAGA folks online over his stance on H-1B visas and specifically his support for H-1B visas. As always, comment below your thoughts, spread the word, follow along for all the news you need to know about. And it appears as though DOGE just made its first efficiency cut, cutting one of its co-chairs.
But the hard part of a victory like this is once you've won both chambers of Congress, you have a 63 majority in the Supreme Court in control of the White House. Now you have no one left to blame but to actually get the job done. And so we've preached it to the other side. We've told the people, young kids on the left at universities across the country, I've told them we don't believe in victimhood, we believe in victory. But now we're going to swallow a bit of our own medicine and say we believe the same thing for our side as well. Victory is our only option. And Monday morning when Donald Trump takes office, that is not the destination of our fight. That is the start line for a battle that continues not just for the next 4 years, but for generations to come. And I truly believe, now more than ever, not in some fake politician way, but in a true way, I believe it now, that our best days as a country are actually still ahead of us. That we are not a nation in decline anymore, but a nation in our ascent, and with your help, we're going to get there. Thank you, guys. God bless you and your families. May God bless our United States of America, and may our best days as a nation be ahead. A VP dinner because it was a special occasion to celebrate a very special man who's making his country great again, too. He was an inspiration to me. When I ran for president in this country at the age of 37, there was one guy who I looked to abroad who said, this guy gets it. He was Doge before there was Doge in America. He is the man who understands that freedom is the quality that man is endowed with, that no bureaucracy or no system will hold us back from realizing the maximum of our own God-given potential. And while that is the American way, he is now leading the way in Argentina to make it so as well. Give me an afuera welcome to the leader of Argentina, Javier Milei, our hero. Thank you.
Thank you. Very big pleasure for me.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a topic that honestly is not enjoyable for me to talk about, but we have to talk about it because we've talked about Vivek Ramaswamy so much on this channel, and it just wouldn't be right not to cover this bombshell story about Vivek, which is that apparently he's no longer going to be a part of DOGE. Now, I know most of you guys are probably thinking, what happened? Why is he not going to be a part of DOGE? Well, I'm going to tell you guys what I think, because the media is trying to paint the narrative that Vivek basically got kicked out of DOGE. Now, I personally do not think that the mainstream liberal media's narrative is accurate for the right reasons. Okay, I'm not saying that it is not accurate to say that Vivek probably got kicked out, but I think it's more complicated than that. Okay, so I'm going to get into that, but first I want to read this ex-post from Vivek that basically confirms the rumors that the mainstream liberal media was putting out there that he was not going to be a part of DOGE. He says, quote, "It was my honor to help support the creation of DOGE. I'm confident that Elon and team will succeed in streamlining government. I'll have more to say very soon about my future plans in Ohio. Most importantly, we're all in to help President Trump make America great again." Yeah, so here's the deal. Vivek reportedly wants to run for governor of Ohio. Okay, now remember the last time we discussed the governor of Ohio, Mike DeWine, we were talking about who he is going to appoint to replace J.D. Vance in the Senate, because J.D. Vance is the vice president now. And there were reports that Trump was pushing Vivek towards taking that Senate seat. So keep that in mind. Ultimately, Vivek did not get chosen. Another Republican got chosen. And now Vivek is rumored to be running for governor of Ohio because Mike DeWine is termed out. So just keep that in mind, okay, that Trump urged Vivek to try to get that Senate seat, okay? Because again, the narrative that is being created here from the mainstream liberal media is that Vivek got kicked out for reasons that I'm going to talk about. But first, I want to play a clip from the mainstream liberal media and how they covered this story when it broke. Take a look.
You have some information about Vivek Ramaswamy and his plans.
Yeah, Savannah, Vivek Ramaswamy has an interesting distinction here as someone who will be departing an administration and a post that didn't actually exist yet before he departs it. We have now reporting from two sources familiar with his plans that Vivek Ramaswamy, who was set to be the co-leader of DOGE, this new Department of Government Efficiency that the Trump administration is expected to set up in the coming hours, will in fact not be really taking on that role. He's instead going to run for governor of Ohio. That had been sort of widely rumored. We now have it confirmed that he's expected to make that announcement next week, and that it was impossible for him to do both things at the same time. We just saw Elon Musk in the rotunda. Musk is, of course, the other co-leader of DOGE, who, again, is a very complex and important figure in Trump world. He has no formal role. DOGE itself is something of an outside consultancy. It's not clear how much authority they will have. But nevertheless, Musk, with all of his entanglements with the federal government, particularly in the form of SpaceX's rocket company, which has billions of dollars in contracts with the government, will now be in charge of finding, he says, $2 trillion in cuts to the federal budget. Now, in recent weeks, he's walked that number back, suggesting that a more realistic goal might be $1 trillion. But Musk and the team that they've put in place at some of these agencies will now be moving forward without the services of fellow entrepreneur and tech executive Vivek Ramaswamy, instead setting his sights on governor of Ohio.
Yeah, so you've seen that, you heard that. Okay, so what I find to be fascinating about this exit from DOGE, from Vivek Ramaswamy, is the reports from the media in regards to why. Okay, so there's basically two reasons, according to the media. One, Elon Musk didn't necessarily like how much Vivek had been working on DOGE. Okay, according to the reports, and again, I'm not saying that these reports are true. Obviously, they are anonymous sources, so we really don't know. Okay, but again, I'm going to tell you guys what I think is really going on here. But Elon, again, was not satisfied with the amount of work that Vivek was putting in. Allegedly, Vivek didn't put in any work since the beginning of December into DOGE. Okay, allegedly, and that is what was bothering Elon Musk, and that contributed to him leaving. And then they also go on to say that Vivek had pissed off some people in Trump world, okay, and some articles say that he had pissed off Trump or irritated Trump due to the H-1B visa debate, okay, which Trump basically came out in support of H-1B visas, okay, and Vivek, we all know, got a whole lot of backlash from the MAGA base due to his probably poorly worded message about the current work ethic and current culture of America that a lot of people didn't like. That, again, you know, I really do think that this wouldn't be controversial if, you know, Vivek just said something like, hey, as a culture, we value the Cardi B's and the OnlyFans models too much, and we don't value the scientists, the engineers, the mathematicians. You know, if he would have said something kind of along those lines, right, I think that his message probably would have been interpreted correctly, right? But because his message was worded very poorly, I think it was misinterpreted, and it's just unfortunate for him that he has gotten a whole lot of backlash, and Elon Musk has gotten a whole lot of backlash as well too. Okay, and I think that is the core reason for why this is happening, and I want to explain that and go in more detail in regards to what I think actually happened here, because these explanations from the media that there is some issue between Trump and Vivek just really doesn't make sense when you actually watch the inauguration, because Vivek was on stage with Trump as a member of his cabinet. Now, obviously, Vivek's decision to leave DOGE wasn't decided right after the inauguration, right? That's not what happened, right? This had already come out before the inauguration, and Trump bringing Vivek on stage as if he's a part of the cabinet, I think, to me, signals that he's good with Trump, Or at least that's the signal that Trump is allowing to be put out there, that, hey, this guy is good with me, right? Like, I'm Gucci with him. Okay. So that's why I'm like, I don't think Trump is really upset with Vivek. Okay. I don't think that's what's going on here. You also have this video of Trump last night talking about Elon and Vivek still being a part of DOGE.
And he's a great guy. And we have him and Vivek and some great people working on a thing called costs. And he's got the credibility to do it, too. We're going to do things that are really amazing.
Yeah. Again, as you can see in this video of Trump's cabinet coming in, this is Vivek. Tulsi Gabbard is behind him. So again, it just doesn't make sense, right? It doesn't make sense. If Trump is somehow upset with Vivek, or there's a problem and Trump forced Vivek out, or if Trump had something to do with it, I don't understand why Trump would allow Vivek to be a part of his cabinet during the inauguration ceremony and the swearing in. It just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Okay? Trump is not the type of guy to pretend like he likes somebody or that he's cool with somebody he's not cool with. This is Trump shaking hands with Vivek during a ceremony, right? So talking to Vivek, shaking hands with Vivek. Yeah. This is also Vivek posting this photo right here, a new dawn, him and Elon Musk. I'm not sure if this is at the inauguration, but again, this is him and Elon Musk. This is not a picture that I would post if Elon was the reason why you left. Now, who knows? Again, maybe Vivek is trying to save face. Maybe he's trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm in the circle, I'm cool, you know, blah, blah, blah. There are no problems, no issues, whatever, right? Maybe that's what's going on here. Okay. I just don't know if there's a really strong beef between Elon Musk and Vivek. I don't know if that's actually what's going on. I'm not saying there can't be some tension, because these are two high performing individuals, right? At a level that most people just will never be able to achieve. Okay. That's just the honest to God truth. And when you have these types of individuals, right, it is hard to share the spotlight. So there's no doubt that ego could be at play here, right? There could be an ego issue that could have led to Vivek leaving. I'm not saying it's not possible. I just don't think that's the main reason.
So very many reasons Vivek Ramaswamy has not been well received by the MAGA community. And some of those reasons are correct and some of them are incorrect. Ramaswamy has been hit with a massive wave of racism from Donald Trump's faithful supporters who do not want a non-white person serving in Trump's administration. They don't want him at DOGE. They have launched horrific attacks on him based on his ethnicity. That is obviously not correct. The correct attacks on Ramaswamy are due to his attacks on American workers, saying we're just a bunch of mediocre slobs, right? We spend too much time being lazy, too much time at the malls, he said, as if it were the 90s, and not enough time doing school stuff. So he came out recently, as we all know, and attacked pretty much all American workers, and then said, we need more foreign workers, which none of that sat well with really anybody. So that's a correct thing to go after him for. His ethnicity, definitely not one of them. His billionaire status, absolutely something to go after him for, as a guy who's supposed to be cutting government spending when he's really just a, self-entitled a-hole. But it is because of all of this, because of the rejection of Ramaswamy by the MAGA base, that Donald Trump is already trying to push him out. According to reports, multiple sources close to Donald Trump have reportedly told the media recently, the Washington Post actually, that Trump kind of wants Ramaswamy gone. So he has been encouraging him to go and lobby for the Senate seat in Ohio that was just vacated, obviously, by J.D. Vance, who is now our vice president, unfortunately. Governor Mike DeWine of Ohio, who is a Republican, gets the sole authority to appoint Vance's successor, who will serve until 2026. And then that election, the next person will serve till 2029, which is when Vance's original term would be up. Yeah, kind of weird, but that's how everything works. So, Trump wants Ramaswamy to take the Senate job. But if Ramaswamy takes the Senate job, then that means he can't work at the Department of Government Efficiency alongside Elon Musk. We would no longer have two people doing the job of one person. So, what's behind all this, right? Surely there are other Republicans from Ohio that would be just as horrible. Why is Trump pushing Ramaswamy? Well, it goes back to what I said in the beginning. Donald Trump knows that his base hates Vivek Ramaswamy, and most of it is because of the race issue. So Donald Trump has to find a diplomatic way to get rid of this guy. Maybe Elon Musk, who of course has been at Donald Trump's side forever, wants Ramaswamy gone. Maybe he wants the DOGE office all to himself. I mean, Ramaswamy's not the one who's been traveling the country or traveling the world really with Donald Trump like Elon Musk has. Ramaswamy hasn't rented a bungalow at Mar-a-Lago like Elon Musk did. Elon Musk is at dinner almost every day with Donald Trump. Ramaswamy is not. So maybe it's Elon Musk pushing Ramaswamy out. But whatever it is, it reminds me of a question I had recently in a Q&A session that I did. Somebody asked who I think the first person to either quit or get fired from the Trump administration will be. At the time, my money was on Kennedy. And we do have reports, by the way, that Donald Trump's people are surrounding Kennedy with like hardcore Republicans to make sure he doesn't go liberal again. But now I don't think so. I think it's going to be Ramaswamy. And I think it's going to happen much faster than anyone thinks.
We have some breaking news. Vivek Ramaswamy will be leaving the Department of Government Efficiency, also known as DOGE, that will be run by Elon Musk, due to the possibility of him running for governor in Ohio. It's not been confirmed that he will be running, but we did say that it was a very likely possibility that he would be running for senator or governor of Ohio. And unfortunately, that also includes him leaving the administration literally the day that it starts. So I'm not really sure if that has anything to do with the viral tweet over the holidays or maybe something else. I've heard a lot of rumors. This was speculated over the past couple of days by many news outlets, and it's funny because people actually kind of downplayed it at first and acted like it wasn't even, a thing, or just a rumor. Turns out it is a legitimate concern, and clearly people thought it was in the best interest, and he thought it was in the best interest to exit the program. So there you have it. Vivek Ramaswamy will not be in this administration and will possibly run for governor of Ohio or the Senate.
So Vivek Ramaswamy, he thought he was part of the boys club, and apparently they were like, nah, you not. So he got fired. Because you gotta have the job first to get fired. But he's not gonna be doing what he was chosen to do with Elon. So I guess they realize he's a person of color.
Well. It's not taking long at all. So what the MAGA King said he's going to do, the bad ones, not the good ones, that the promise that he's going to do is fulfilling it. As far as I know, the egg price is still going up. The gas is still more expensive. Housing is not going down. But inflation is still going up as well. But the one that he said against immigrants is fulfilling it. So Vivek Ramaswamy is out of Dodge. So good for you, Vivek. And Coulter told you so, that you're Indian, you don't belong. So with all the bullshit that you said, here you are. And again, to my Latino and Latinas, we told you so. You didn't believe us. So this is what he did. Trump administration shuts down White House Spanish language page and social media. So the way you guys lay your bed, so you shall sit on it. For us, progressive liberals and, many responsible Republicans, we know it's not a good man, but you're finding out.
So this is all I got from this video. And who told you that Vivek is a high profile, that he's big-headed and all that? Like, Vivek, how? Now, he didn't even get to demand this thing and he's already out. I feel something, because sometimes some people are loud. Vivek forgot that he is an Indian man, a brown man, right? One thing with some people is that everything is not all about race. You all are so quick to say that, but you all know that you cannot do without race. That is the first thing they point out to you in most cases, right? Vivek thought that he could come out and gaslight white people, especially white women, Because if you look around, you all remember what he said about Americans not being smart and intelligent enough to handle some jobs, right? And most MAGAs lost it. Like how? White women were not having it. I really do not know what happened to him, but whatever happened to him, that is good for him. Because sometimes when people think that a proximity to whiteness, they feel like they are also white. I love it when things like this, when they think they are untouchable and something touches them to calm them down. I heard that he is running for governor and he will be running. Please, which state or is he even coming up for? I guess you people should do your job. You all do your job. Anyway, I trust you people because I know what some of you can do and some of you cannot do. Now, I love it for Vivek. Vivek thought that, everything, it's all about him. At some point, he made it a point of duty, like each time he comes up on stage, anywhere, anytime, he starts shedding black people because he felt like you can't tell people that the color of your skin can deprive you or stop you from certain things when it has stopped you from so many things. One thing with conservatives is that they don't tell the truth. Because if they tell the truth, they absolutely will tell you the challenges they are having within their group. They will tell you, but they will never. Tim Scott will never come out and tell you the truth. Baron Donald will never come out and tell you the truth. They just keep running around and thinking that, I don't want to, because they know people are going to laugh at them because they know they've been messing up right from the onset to this very moment. So Vivek, whatever happened to you, good for you with your let's call him big head. With his big head. Yeah, oh my goodness. It's okay. It's okay. Good job. They did well. They did him well. And I hope he is in his house chillaxing because people like him, some of them are so anti-black that anything that comes out of their mouth, you know where they are coming from. You knew black people's struggles, but each time you come on stage, you gaslight them. See, I love the fact that he didn't make it there. Bye for now.